is Boxing Nation. Boxing Nation.
You thought about exploring other options as far as training is concerned?
Yes, I will say my father is no longer my head trainer at the moment, but I have been looking at other options at the moment. So I know some things had to get shooken up a little bit, just had to move different ways.
So Brian Norman Jr. has fired his father as his trainer after his loss to Devin Haney. Brian Norman, he was the favorite going into that fight, despite the fact that there were a lot of professional boxers that were actually picking Devin Haney to win, including fighters like Regis Prograis.
Devin is not just a good boxer, a great boxer. He's gonna move around. He does have size now. He's getting strong. He's getting better. And one thing about him, like I think that Devin is just like he's motivated by the hate. He loves it, you know. So people can say what they want, but at the end of the day, it's only one person that can get in the ring, and that's gonna be him. So I see it same thing. I do see it 50-50. If I had to put I don't bet, but if I had to put my money, I would bet money on Devin.
Oh wow. Yeah, okay. Is it just because you fought him, or you see something that like people aren't like noticing in the fight?
No, I fought him and I know how good he is, and it's like he's a good boxer. We cannot take that away from him that he is a good boxer. So and then you gotta think, bro, resumes matter. Like whose resume is better, Brian Norman's or Devin Haney's? I think like a lot of people hate Devin Haney so much because of, I think maybe outside stuff and they don't really know him. But like, bro, you gotta, at the end of the day, like, I don't have to like you, but I gotta respect it. And like, you gotta look at his resume, bro. Devin got a resume. Brian Norman don't have a resume like Devin. So I will go with Devin.
And we've seen the level of confidence that Brian Norman had going into that fight. Everything that him and his father were saying leading up to the fight, which obviously put a lot of pressure on him to win the fight. Boxing is such a testosterone-driven sport that it's hard for fighters to accept being defeated, especially when it's their first loss. So when it comes to Brian Norman Jr. firing his father and shopping for a new trainer, it's not something that I expected, but it doesn't surprise me that much because it's very difficult for a lot of fighters to accept deep down the fighter they lost to is just simply better than them. And let's not forget, the first thing you will usually hear from fans, especially on the internet, when someone loses a big fight, the first thing they will say is, oh man, he needs a new trainer. When 85 to 90% of the time, that had nothing to do with why that fighter lost. Norman Jr. is a good fighter, but the truth is, it doesn't matter who he had in his corner, he would have lost that fight to Devin Haney. And if they fought again, he would most likely lose. But it's gotten to the point now where losing to Devin Haney is like losing to Floyd Mayweather or Terrence Crawford. So my point is, this is not a big knock on Brian Norman because he might be the second best welterweight in the division right now. And at the end of the day, we don't know exactly what really made him decide that he needs a new trainer. It could be some of the stuff that Brian Norman Sr. said after the fight. Like when Sr. came out and said, Devin Haney's power really surprised us.
Fans, Brian Norman Sr., look, your son unfortunately came short against a very good Devin Haney. Just talk to me about this performance. Talk to me about what surprised you about Devin Haney as well in this fight. And if anything did.
What surprised me about Devin Haney? Well, of course, the power that he came with, the strength that he came with. They did say he was a little strong or whatever else. So the power that he had just surprised me a little bit. The game plan didn't surprise me. He had a great game plan. That's first of all. I've always given them props for the game plan that they do. So they had a great game plan. So the game plan, I guess how good it was, I guess how it was effective, you know what I'm saying? To do what he had to do, and then, at the same time, it takes two. So, my son was slow to pull the trigger, and he was on, and my son was off. Let's put it that way. Simple as that.
Or maybe off camera, Brian Norman Sr. and Jr., they had a complete different relationship than what we seen all the time. There could be many reasons why he made this decision. But at the end of the day, Whatever makes him feel better psychologically after losing to Devin Haney, if it takes getting a new trainer, then more power to him. I look forward to seeing him in his comeback, and hopefully he can get some of the big names at the welterweight division, because I believe he can beat a lot of them. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
With Haney, he has that thing with distance. So if he makes you come into a punch or lean into a punch and he's punching at the same time, he can knock a fighter out. You know, it's all they got that geographic shit down. They got that distance, and Mayweather had it to where it looked like he's close to you. I mean, when you come at him, he's back, and then all that power comes forward. Then you're gonna go to sleep.
Man, are you tired of paying crazy cable bills? Ditch cable and get the power of Block TV, the ultimate pay-as-you-go alternative to cable TV. Stream all your favorite live sports, boxing, MMA, pay-per-view fights, plus premium channels like Showtime, Stars, and HBO, all in one app. Watch your favorite TV shows and movies. No more switching between Netflix, Hulu, or Max. All for just $35 a month plus tax. Never any contracts. Cancel anytime. And use promo code DBNation to get 30% off your first month. So to get started, just go to getblocktv.com. Once again, that's getblocktv.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Decay Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodecay.com. Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
Anyone who's ever had it understands shoulder pain is no joke. It can keep you up at night. Once it's in pain, it stays in pain all the time. You find yourself popping all kinds of painkillers, and then you find yourself trying to figure out what the problem is. You go see doctors, you go see surgeons, you go see physical therapists, massage therapists. The shoulder in particular has 4 different joints. Any one of those 4 joints can be problematic because you have these different ligaments that wrap around and hold those joints together. And then you have tendons from any one of 20 different muscles that attach to the shoulder blade that can go awry. Muscle and Bone NYC has been around serving many people, getting them out of shoulder pain and all kinds of joint pain since 2012. Contact us at nyc.fitness or call us at 917-238-3650. Let's get you out of that pain.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.